Hello and welcome to Balanced Existence. Today is day 16 of 31. I'm doing this series in December 2025 where I am doing a reading each day to get us on track with our highest timeline. But of course, whenever you find the video, I trust that there is something here that will resonate. So as always, let's start with the oracle and astrology card, and then we'll dive into the tarot. And be sure to subscribe if you'd like to join in on this series and get notified. So the oracle card we have is action. Ooh, I'm getting chills. Okay, there's like a horse on this card, or a Pegasus, I guess. And then it says, stop hesitating. Movement creates the magic. Nothing can hold you back. Nice. Okay. And then, yeah, it's a Pegasus because it's like a winged horse. It has wings. So, sorry, I just wanted to confirm that. And I want to look up the symbolism just because I think that I'm called to do that right now. So the Pegasus is about inspiration, freedom, creativity, and transcendence. It's like freedom, like your autonomy, your sovereignty. So like breaking free of limitations, embracing, your empowerment and self-reliance. And it could also be like I said, spiritual transcendence and connection to the divine. The journey from the earthly constraints to higher consciousness. Okay. And then for the astrology card, we have Jupiter. Wow, I'm definitely picking up on this like huge propelling momentum forward, like a massive energetic push forward. So, I mean, we're on day 16 now, so we've had a little over 2 weeks. So definitely let me know in the comments like what you're feeling as we're kind of passing that halfway point of this month, and like what have you been reflecting on, and what have you kind of planted the seed. And I'm getting chills, like there's some action that needs to be taken, right? Like what is it that is going to lead you to the most amount of growth and expansion, because that's of course what Jupiter represents. What is the biggest breakthrough you've had in these last, 15 days leading up to today? And, what opportunities are being presented to you? And it doesn't have to be like right now, of course, but like definitely Spirit is saying, open your heart, open your mind to opportunities, because you may be so deep in your inner work. We don't want to forget to look up and miss the opportunities that are in front of us, right? And like I said, it doesn't have to be right now. It doesn't mean like today you're going to take action on day 16. It doesn't mean that. Everyone's on their own journey of different timing for this collective, but there's like a reminder to, continue to, as always, to surrender to the divine timing, but we still take action as we see fit when we feel intuitively called to do so. So pay attention to those nudges or pushes from the universe, because there's definitely this more active energy coming in, this momentum and these decisive shifts, all from your awakening and the inner work that you were more passively doing. So I want to read the Jupiter card. It says, Jupiter is associated with the Roman god Jupiter, ruler of heaven and earth, thought of as a fair and just protector. Jupiter is often thought of as the planet of luck and expansion, the desire to understand the bigger picture, to prosper, and to experience joy are a big part of Jupiter's influence. Optimism, faith, and spirituality play roles in these issues. That's great. So yeah, we talk a lot about like feeling joy and tapping into the infinite potential of your expansion. And to do so, yeah, it does require to kind of zoom out and see like, what is it that I'm living for? Like, what are my core values? What are my, not just like goals, but like, what do I seek to feel more of in life? And in order to take action, to manifest the reality you want, that's going to take, understanding the big picture of what you desire and having that faith in the process and that optimism that, you do have that manifestational and co-creative power. And your spirituality is going to play a big role in that, of your expansion and your evolution. And of course, Jupiter is luck, right? So these actions you're taking, like, you are divinely supported. As long as you're in alignment and you're following your intuition, you're taking action in line with your intuition, it's like luck and favor is on your side. So let's pull some tarot here. We have the Tower. Ooh, I'm getting chills. The High Priestess and the Devil. Wow. Ooh, I'm getting huge chills right now. So yeah, the Tower is like, this may be like an in-your-face action, or an in-your-face opportunity, or like an in-your-face universal nudge or push. Like the Tower might be like a very sudden change, or like a sudden breakthrough or revelation, or like a sudden breakdown, like something that you totally thought was fine. You're just like, wait, what? No, I don't want this anymore. Like, I know what I need to do. And like that is going to lift this burden off your shoulders and give you this sense of liberation. It's like all the cards had to align, and it's like this divine intervention that was like, put it right in your face. I don't know why I keep getting that phrase, but it's like, it like showed you a mirror right in front of you that you couldn't help but not look and see the truth of your situation and what's not working for you. And the thing is like with Jupiter is going to expand whatever you're dealing with, right? So that's why it's such this like it's a big breakthrough, but that also means it's a big level up that's coming next, right? So the Tower is saying to you, like, you have outgrown this, like, it is time to move on to the next level. And the action card is saying, like, this isn't random, like, the universe has stepped in, cleared this space for you, so, like, let's take the next step. And then Jupiter is here bringing you the luck, bringing you the expansion that you're meant to achieve at this part of your journey. And again, take the timing as it resonates, because I've said this before on the channel, but we're all in different like seasons of our journey, of our life. In addition to the literal seasons that we're in at this particular day and month, like spring, summer, fall, and winter, we could be in the middle of winter and you could be like in a spring or summer season where you're like preparing and starting to take action. Like that may come to you within your literal winter season. There's always an ebb and flow, especially like if you're a woman and you have like a menstrual cycle. The period is often associated with winter, and then the follicular is your spring, and ovulation is your summer, and then PMS or luteal is your fall. But some people have their own way of kind of categorizing the cycles to seasons. But what I'm trying to get at here is like, you may not be in that summer action taking season, but you may be having some very serious breakthroughs with the Tower that are making very clear to you what actions you need to take. So of course, have discernment and like the right timing for the action and the divine timing, but like journal, reflect on it, write it down, like, commit to these actions that you just know are the right ones for you, and then let the timing work itself out. If this is a scenario for you that doesn't require like today, day 16 action, right? But the energy here of this reading is definitely big energy. Tower, Jupiter, and action. That's just huge. So like ride that wave, open your eyes and see what the universe is trying to show you, what big opportunity they're trying to show you. I'm even hearing like a big seed. Like, again, if you're not like, obviously planting and watering and nurturing a seed is that action. But that doesn't mean that like you're getting the harvest or the outcome, right? Like the seed hasn't the seed hasn't sprouted and the tree isn't in its form yet. So you're not getting the harvest. You're not getting the apples or oranges or whatever. But maybe the seed itself is really big. Like it's like a juicy, fertile seed, right? So again, take it as it resonates, but there's something big here. Okay, so let's move on to the high priestess. So this is also like that, we're talking about like kind of big in your face breakthroughs and actions, which are very kind of like external movements. But the high priestess is that duality of reminding us to balance that external action with our inner knowing, our intuition, those deep down secrets, the subconscious that, we're bringing up to the surface. And we did get the high priestess card once before, I believe. But like the high priestess is your internal compass. It's your spiritual guidance, which is guiding your external action. And so again, Jupiter is here as the overarching energy of this reading. So Jupiter is just as it's expanding your tower energy and your action energy, it's also expanding your high priestess energy, your intuition. Your inner voice is becoming louder and clearer. And that's when okay, this is the action I need to take. Like it is so blaringly obvious to me. And so like it's like your intuition just cannot be ignored anymore. So definitely pay attention to any intuitive downloads you're receiving, where you're just getting like a clear realization or like a light bulb moment. Like I'm hearing like write it down in your notes app, write it down in your journal, and I'm getting chills. Like this is key. Oh, I'm getting a lot of chills. Like when you have a breakthrough, write that down because you're going to want to revisit it. And I'm hearing like leaving that footprint in the dirt, like leaving a permanent footprint of it. I'm also hearing the word like blueprint, like these channeled downloads you're having are going to be like huge seeds of your breakthrough, which are going to lead to you being able to take aligned action. So definitely commit to even the smallest light bulb and breakthrough moments, like write it down because it's probably bigger than you're recognizing in that moment, with the Jupiter card here. Even if it's just like, and maybe it's not going to be so obvious as like, this is the action I need to take right now. But like, even if you just have like a deep emotional truth that comes to the surface, write that down because when you revisit that, you're going to get a big action idea or opportunity. Like keep that faith and optimism that like your intuitive nudges are going to lead to something big. Like I'm hearing like domino effect. I'm hearing upward spiral. Like don't underestimate the power of like a simple thought of like, oh, I should do this more. Or, oh, I think this aligns with me. Write it down, like claim it. You can even put it in the comments if like something's coming to your mind right now that you're like, oh my gosh, I'm realizing this. And I think that that's going to lead to this. And this is the decision I need to make. Like claim it. Any type of clarity about a person, about a path, about your overall life purpose. And again, this action is not about impulsive action. This is about like being super in alignment with your inner wisdom. And okay, I got to talk about the devil here. So the devil is about our shadow, our kind of like destructive, limiting beliefs. It can be about like temptations, attachments, unhealthy patterns, illusion, this concept that like you're not as empowered or you think you're not as empowered as you truly are. And just these cycles of fear that we stay in when we continue to just go through the motions and allow us to live with these limiting beliefs. But if you're listening to this, you are waking up to your truths And so you are steps ahead of the rest of the world. If you're in this collective, I mean, you're already doing this work. You're already doing this self-reflection, and you've already committed to your constant evolution, your spiritual evolution, while being on this planet. So when the devil shows up, it's like, you know what to do, I'm hearing. Like, you know what to do. You know what it is that you're fearing, what it is that you're avoiding, you know, what it is that you're doing to unhealthily cope with particular emotions, difficult emotions. You know, like, what it is, what old stories it is that you're telling yourself about your worth. You know where it is that you are in your comfort zone. You know what you're attached to, right? Whatever's coming to your mind right now, that's what it is. Like, that's what your intuition is guiding you to tackle next. So again, as I'm channeling this, like, whatever came to your mind, write that down. The action card is saying it's time to break the chain, and I'm getting chills again. And Jupiter's here. Jupiter's here with luck. It's here with courage, so that you can take action against this pattern. And you know, this is such a beautiful spread, because with the High Priestess, I mean, this is the ability to dive deep and see our patterns, right? And with the Tower here as well, I mean, this is about, like, yeah, we're ready to break those down. We're ready to take that action. And with Jupiter, it's just like big decisions, big awakenings, big destruction, big rebirth, right? Like, you know, you may be getting triggered, but you also know that you have an opportunity to respond differently, or see the world differently, or tell the story in a different way. You know, you with the High Priestess are digging so deep that you're able to see the ways in which you've limited yourself, the ways in which you've given your power away, the way that you fed into certain habits or connections that ended up draining you. Like, this is your liberation. And we also have the 10 of Pentacles coming out. So yeah, I mean, this is big. I'm telling you, this is big. I mean, 10 of Pentacles is like the ultimate abundance and security, stability. It talks about generational wealth. It talks about family. It talks about your legacy and your success, all of which comes from having healthy foundations, which needed to be torn down by the Tower so that you could build it from the ground up in a healthy, secure, and emotionally attuned way. So with Jupiter, the planet of abundance, and the 10 of Pentacles, which is like long-term generational abundance, I mean, the cards are so clear. The action you're taking today, or, you know, the seeds that you're planting, or the realizations you're having that are later going to lead to the actions you take, those actions are going to shift your long-term future. You are completely pivoting. You're like leaping timelines. I'm hearing like that analogy of like when you're in a ship or even like an airplane and you turn like 1 degree and you'll end up like on a completely different continent. And so it's like the way you were going before was like leading you somewhere you didn't want to go. And so you just made that 1 degree shift. And that seemingly little action was huge. Like, it's a difference from going to Antarctica to like a tropical island, let's say. Like, I mean, nothing wrong with Antarctica, but you know, this is the big action that you're taking. And again, don't undermine, like, don't think, oh, that's just like a small little, you know, insight, or oh, that's like insignificant. No, it's not. It's not insignificant. It's very significant. And, you know, treat it with respect. I'm hearing, like, treat the intuitive nudges and insights like they are like prophetic because they're coming from you. They're coming from your inner knowledge. Like, don't brush them off like, oh, that's not real, that's this. Like, no, this is the key part of your inner work that's being transmuted into outer work, outer reality, like outer action that dictates your outer reality, right? So don't underestimate like the action step, because we do a lot of inner work, we do a lot of manifestation mindset practices, but that action is the bridge from the inner work to the outer work. And that's huge. So allowing your high priestess energy to guide, so that you can be in alignment with your future, which is the 10 of Pentacles. And, when the Tower and Devil shows up, like, you know what to do, you know how to handle it, you know the actions to take. I'm getting chills again. Like, you already know everything you need to know. It's just a matter of silencing your mental chatter enough to hear it. And then to know from there, oh yeah, the goal here is to be so skilled at hearing your intuitive whispers, right? And so meditation is going to be huge for that, like allowing your mind to be quiet so that you can even hear what your soul is trying to tell you. So, powerful breakthrough day. I'm going to leave the reading here. Let me know what resonated, and definitely feel free to subscribe if this resonated and you want to continue to receive notifications for the rest of the series. I trust that if you have been called to this reading, then you are in this collective and these readings are for you, right? Like, I set a really strong intention before each reading that I'm going to channel the best and highest message that the collective needs to find. So if you want to lock in with that energetic resonance with the collective so that future readings will be in alignment with the messages that your angels and guides want you to be informed of, subscribing is the best way to like claim your seat in this collective, right? Especially as we're just starting to build this community. I'm so happy to have you here, and I will see you on the next one. Thanks for listening. Bye.